Hello everyone and welcome back to the EDH Jank Center, your source for everything Commander and everything Jank. I'm your host, Jordan or Prairies, and today we got a cheeky little budget upgrade list for you. So if you've got $10, follow along, let's upgrade those decks, shall we? And hey, if you don't have $10 right now, just save this video and come back to it when you do have $10. Just to let you know, at the time of making this video, all cards in this list add up to $9.07. All right, open wide. It's time to feed you these cards? I don't know, man. Let's just move on to the first card of the day. Questing Beast, 2 green legendary creature beast from Throne of Eldraine. It's got vigilance, death touch, and haste. Questing Beast can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. Whenever Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker that player controls, and it's a 4/4. So yeah, as you can tell by the 4 million abilities on this card, this is one of the most solid cards of the last few years. Pretty much any deck that includes green in the color identity could do well by putting this card in the deck. It's just so solid. It's got 3 amazing keywords. It can't be blocked by little shrimpy boys. It makes sure that your creatures are always dealing their damage. And on top of that, it's basically got Planeswalker Death Touch, which, by the way, we will most definitely need with all these completed Planeswalkers just walking around willy-nilly. But yeah, nothing much else to say. I normally don't put cards this expensive in my lists. However, this card is at an all-time low, folks. Let's check out this graph right here. So I think it's definitely worth a pickup and definitely worth the dedication of almost half our budget. Speaking of Planeswalkers, let's order up one of our own with Kiora, the Crashing Wave. 2 green-blue Planeswalker Kiora from Born of the Gods. Her +1 ability is, until your next turn, prevent all damage that will be dealt to and dealt by target permanent and opponent controls. Her -1 is draw a card. You may play an additional land this turn. And her -5 is you get an emblem with, at the beginning of your end step, put a 9/9 blue Kraken creature token onto the battlefield. So this is ramp on a stick. This is a fog effect for a problematic creature on a stick. And the ulti is like super fun. Who doesn't want to make 9/9s every one of their turns? And honestly, with all the proliferate support in the new set, I think that Planeswalkers like this have become so much more viable. Getting up to 5 loyalty will not be that hard, and we could conceivably activate this ultimate ability multiple times in a game. And guys, emblems never go away. Unless someone kills you. But we're here for a good time, baby, not a long time. All right, let's move on to our third card of the day. It's Infernal Grasp. 1 in a black instant from Innistrad Midnight Hunt. Destroy target creature, you lose 2 life. That's it. Pretty simple tech here. This is just one of the best removal spells we've got. And if you're running black, you should definitely run this card in your decks, guys. If you don't already own this card, you will be hearing from my Infernal Grasp. All right, let's move on. Okay, up next on the docket, we got Flame Rush Rider, 4 in a red creature human warrior. This one's from Commander 2019. Whenever Flame Rush Rider attacks, create a token that's a copy of another target attacking creature and that's tapped and attacking. Exile the token at end of combat. It has dash for 2 in red. You may cast the spell for its dash cost. If you do, it gains haste and it's returned from the battlefield to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step, and it's a 3/3. This is such a dope card. I love this card so much. For 18 cents, you can be taking advantage of ETB effects like Meteor Golem over and over and over again. And also, you can make copies of things like Cardwar. Even though Cardwar is legendary, you want to be having him enter the battlefield multiple times in a game. And the way a lot of your opponents will skirt around that is they just won't target it with removal. So we need things like Flame Rush Rider in the deck so that we can still blink Cardwar back and forth, have it ETB multiple times in a game, and keep everyone attacking each other. Dang, and just like that, we are at the last card of the day. But before we get into it, guys, if you've been enjoying this content, make sure you check the link in the description for my Patreon. We've got lots of really cool benefits for patrons at really affordable tier levels. So if you'd like to help support the channel, consider clicking that link. You can come join our Discord and have chats about cards, sets, spoilers, deck techs, everything and anything MTG that's under the sun, baby. All right, let's get crack-a-lackin' on our last card of the day. It's Krosan Drover, 3 in a green creature elf from Scourge. Creature spells you play with converted mana cost 6 or more cost 2 colorless less to play, and it's a 2/2. So this is the perfect budget support card for any stompy, thick boy decks out there. Goreclaw, I'm looking at you. Well, in this case, it's a thick gal deck, but you know what I mean. I also think that this would be a super fun include in any and all Eldrazi decks that run green. Add this alongside some other ramp spells and we could be cooking with gas very quickly in those kinds of decks. Also, keep your eyes peeled for a mono green budget Eldrazi deck coming soon. I'm not being very subtle. I've literally, it's almost done. I'm gonna release it in the next couple weeks. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you dug this content, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you had $10, what 5 cards would you upgrade your decks with? I'm always down there in the comment section interacting with you guys, so come on down and have a chat with me. All right, guys, it's time for me to slip back into the ether. I'm out. Have a good week, and I'll see you on the next video.